Hey guys, the Mention Master Studios here, how y'all doing? So in my last video, I went over what is, in my opinion, the most overrated season of the show, and the season that, in my opinion, just isn't really that good, with that being Season 8, Sons of Garmadon. So in today's video, I figured it was only right for me to do the opposite, and talk about what is, in my opinion, the most underrated season of the show, and at the same time, the season in the show that, in my opinion, is actually the best season that we've gotten in the show, with that being the Ice Chapter. In my personal opinion, this is the most underrated season in the show and deserves way more respect and attention than it actually gets from fans. Just, this season is absolutely incredible, honestly. But why do I think that? Well, let's get into this whole thing. For starters, in my opinion, the Ice Chapter just had a whole bunch of really great episodes and music all throughout the season. So yeah, the music and episodes were absolutely amazing, honestly. When it comes to great episodes, you have stuff like say Firemaker, Traveler's Tree, Crag's Lament, The Neverrealm, and just any episode with Akita in it was absolutely amazing in my opinion. And when it comes to the music, once again, the music was just absolutely phenomenal when it came to this season. And just a whole bunch of really, really great tracks on it. Honestly, just being able to feel just a whole bunch of wide variety of emotions all throughout the season. From like joy to sadness to fear, again, just a whole bunch of great tracks and episodes all throughout this season, honestly. Another reason why I really like this season is because of the Neverrealm itself. The Neverrealm, in my opinion, is a really interesting realm when you look at it. Mainly because just how many different sides to this realm there are, actually. For one, we have the version of the Neverrealm that we see during the Ice Chapter, with the Ice Emperor taking over and in the Eternal Winter. Just that's definitely something pretty big going on. But at the same time, as we learned from Akita during the episode Last of the Formlands, the Neverrealm was originally lush and green before the Eternal Winter happening, meaning that there is an entire other side to this realm that we've never seen before. But not only that, we also know, thanks to some marketing and pre-release stuff that was released prior to Season 11 happening, apparently when the first Ninjitsu Master first went to the Neverrealm, he barely made it out alive, and considering that what we actually see during the Neverrealm in Season 11, it isn't really like that, suggesting that there's actually a third side to this realm that we haven't seen before. In my personal opinion, the Neverrealm has the most potential out of any realm in the show. There's a lot of untapped potential when it comes to this realm, and I really, really hope that we get a chance to see it again, maybe in just one of these different ways that we haven't seen before. Like, it could be a really neat thing to see, actually. Another reason why I really like the Ice Chapter is because each the ninja, with the exception of Jane, gets their own storyline which in some way contributes to the overall plot of the season. This is something that we don't really get when it comes to Ninjago, actually. Just, again, each the ninja getting their own story which contributes to the main overall plot of the season. Again, it's just something different, honestly. With Kai, you have him getting his powers back, and with Cole, you have him trying to find the Traveler's Tree so that way he can get Traveler's Tea so the ninja can head home. With Zane, you have the whole thing of him being the Ice Emperor and the ninja trying to save him. And with Nia, you have her whole thing about her learning to control snow and ice. And with Lloyd, well, that actually relates directly into my next point, actually, which is I really like that the Ice Chapter continued on and concluded Lloyd's storyline, which started all the way back in Season 8. For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, during Season 8, there was a new personal character arc for Lloyd that started with Lloyd having trust issues. This was due to the character Harumi betraying him during Season 8. And again, this caused Lloyd to have trust issues, which he kept throughout the remainder of the Oni trilogy and the Fire Chapter. This is the first season of the show where, like, Lloyd's trust issues, they're directly addressed once again, and at the same time, and by traveling with the character Akita, Lloyd is able to overcome his trust issues, and he's able to become a better person as a result. And at the same time, he's even able to help Akita overcome her own trust issues, thus causing the both of them to just become better people. That's something really great. Plus, at the same time, the Ice Chapter also starts a brand new character arc for Lloyd, with that being him just finally getting over Harumi after all this time. And like, what Harumi did to Lloyd was a whole bunch of really, really terrible stuff, and in some situations, you can definitely see where Lloyd is just still feeling the pain from that, and how he's still just kind of like holding on to Harumi, even though she's dead and never liked him. But during the Ice Chapter, again, Lloyd starts to move on, just get over her. Or mainly in the form of him traveling with Akita, again, overcoming his trust issues, and at the same time, and him and Akita just having romantic feelings for each other and just becoming a couple by the end of the season. Like, the two of them were able to help the other one out in a big way, especially when it came to Lloyd, considering, again, he was taking his first step into finally just moving on from this just incredibly toxic and terrible person who treated him like absolute garbage during season 8. And, like, again, Lloyd's finally starting to move on and just heal from this. That's something pretty great in my opinion, and I really like that the writers decided to include something like this. Another thing that I really like when it comes to the Ice Chapter are the flashback episodes. There are two flashback slash backstory episodes, depending on how you want to look at them, with those being Last of the Formlings and Corruption. Both really, really great episodes in my opinion. When it comes to Last of the Formlings, in my opinion, it is one of the absolute best episodes in the show, showing us Akita's backstory and just showing us everything that she went through prior to the events of the show actually starting. Giving her, in my opinion, the darkest and most tragic backstory of any character in the show, considering everyone from Akita's home village was frozen and basically killed by the Ice Emperor and Vex, who was originally from the Formling tribe. Just that is something pretty big, since again, both Vex and Akita are from the Formling tribe. So again, that's a really big deal. Vex is attacking his own people. Plus, not to mention, Vex also froze and basically killed Akita's own twin brother, who sacrificed himself right in front of Akita, giving her a chance to live on. And Akita ended up having to live on her own in the forest for years. Again, that's something pretty dark. And when it comes to Corruption, we get a chance to see Vex's backstory, and we get a chance to learn just what he went through and how apparently he was really fearful and angry at the world. That was until he found Zane and erased Zane's memory, turning him into the Ice Emperor and taking over the Netherrealm by force. That's something pretty interesting. And another really interesting thing is that this is the first and basically the only flashback episode in the entirety of the show to actually put the focus on a villain rather than one of the heroes. Like, yeah, I know there's Never Trust a Human from the Fire chapter, but I don't really count that considering it puts equal amounts of focus on Wu and Hespera, so again, I just don't count that honestly. Yeah, but still, honestly, this is just a really, really great episode, and I'm honestly really glad that the Ice Chapter gave us not one, but two backstory episodes. That was really cool in my opinion. And finally, one of the last reasons why I really like the Ice Chapter is because of the new characters. In my personal opinion, the Ice Chapter gave us one of the best casts of new characters in recent Ninjago years at the time. Considering previously, we never really got a really great cast of characters ever since Skybound, in my opinion. Like, there were a few characters here and there that were really good in my opinion, but not like the cast overall in my opinion. And like, the Ice Emperor is the one exception, because he's the only like major character from the Ice Chapter that I didn't like. The rest of the characters, in my opinion, were pretty good. You had Sorlo, who in my opinion was a major step up compared to Mistake in every way possible. Well, Crag, in my opinion, is actually a really funny character, even though he's not a human or humanoid. And so I like that he uses more physical comedy. That's something pretty neat in my opinion. Vex, in my opinion, is one of the best villains in the show, and in my opinion is easily the best villain we got in the show since Nanakon. Like, he's just absolutely incredible. And finally, there's Akita, who in my opinion is just easily one of the absolute best characters in the show, honestly. She, in my opinion, is one of the best written characters the show has ever given it. And I like how similar she is to Lloyd in a really good way, considering the two of them are able to just make things better with the two of them going on. And just her backstory and development is absolutely amazing in my opinion. And Tabitha St. Germain, her voice actress, did an incredible job in my opinion. And Nakia just has a whole bunch of really, really amazing moments all throughout the Ice Chat. And just her dynamic with Lloyd is just absolutely incredible in my opinion. And just, I love it a lot. And so, yeah, again, Nakia, she is just easily, in my opinion, one of the absolute best characters in the show. And she's also my unofficial favorite character in the show. I'd say unofficial because Zane and Lloyd rank above her, but that's mainly more because of nostalgia reason. And so I take nostalgia bias out of that. Akita is easily my favorite character in the show. She is absolutely incredible. And so, yeah, that's basically all I got for you guys. Again, in my personal opinion, the Ice Chapter, in addition to being the most underrated season in the show, in my opinion, is the best season in the show. There was just so much amazing stuff when it comes to this season. And again, in my opinion, Season 8 deserves way more respect and attention than it actually gets from fans. Just again, seriously, there's a lot of really great stuff when it comes to this season. And in my opinion, if the Fire and Ice Chapter were split into their own separate seasons constantly, I think more people would realize how great the Ice Chapter is. And so, yeah, that's basically all I got for you guys. So, turn down below, what do you guys think? What are your guys' thoughts on the Ice Shadow? Down below, and I hope you guys enjoy. Later, guys, this is Dimension Master Studios signing off.